Picture this: you're lying awake at 3 a.m., replaying every conversation, analyzing every text message, wondering why someone who once meant everything to you now treats you like a complete stranger. Your heart races, your mind spirals, and you feel completely powerless. Sound familiar? What if I told you that over 2,000 years ago, a Roman emperor discovered the secret to breaking free from this emotional prison? Today, I'm sharing Marcus Aurelius' 5 powerful Stoic rules that will help you emotionally detach from anyone, without losing your humanity. The truth is, we've all been there. We bond deeply with people, invest our hearts, and anchor our entire emotional state to these relationships. But what happens when those bonds break? When someone no longer values what you built together? Most people try to hold on tighter, chase harder, or completely shut down emotionally. But the Stoics understood something profound. Emotional detachment isn't about becoming cold, it's about reclaiming your inner power. Marcus Aurelius, who ruled the Roman Empire while battling his own emotional struggles, left us a roadmap. These aren't just ancient theories, they're practical tools that will transform how you handle relationships forever. Rule 1: Embrace the truth of impermanence. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." Here's the hard reality: every relationship in your life is temporary. That friend you've known for decades, that partner you can't imagine living without, even your closest family members, they're all borrowed time. This isn't pessimistic, it's liberating. When you truly accept that nothing lasts forever, you stop taking relationships for granted and start appreciating them in the present moment. I learned this lesson the hard way. I had a friendship that lasted over 10 years, we shared everything, from dreams to fears to late-night conversations. But gradually, things changed. The more I tried to hold on to what we once had, the more it slipped away. It wasn't until I accepted that our friendship had simply run its course that I could finally let go of the emotional weight. Marcus Aurelius would say, "Accept that things will end, and you will suffer less when they do." Think of holding sand at the beach: the tighter you squeeze, the faster it escapes. The same principle applies to people. Stop trying to possess anyone, and you'll find peace in whatever time you have together. Rule 2: Master your emotional responses. Here's a life-changing truth: your emotions don't control you, your thoughts control your emotions. Marcus Aurelius taught us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Let me give you a real example. You send a heartfelt message to someone important to you. Hours pass, and no response. Your mind immediately creates a story: they're ignoring me. They don't care. I said something wrong. But what are the actual facts? Simply that they haven't responded yet. Everything else is your interpretation, not reality. The Stoic approach is revolutionary. Instead of letting your emotions spiral, you pause and ask, what are the facts here? How can I think about this differently? I once convinced myself a friendship was over because someone didn't reply to an important message. I spent an entire night in emotional turmoil, creating elaborate scenarios about what I'd done wrong. The next day, they responded normally: they'd simply been busy. All that suffering was self-created. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Choose thoughts that free you from suffering, not thoughts that fuel it. Your emotional state is your responsibility. When you realize this, you become unstoppable. Rule 3: Practice negative visualization. This might sound counterintuitive, but one of the most powerful Stoic tools is deliberately imagining loss before it happens. Think about someone you're deeply attached to. Now, visualize your life without them. Picture them no longer being part of your daily routine. How does that feel? Uncomfortable? Painful? Perfect, that's exactly the point. By facing the emotional discomfort of loss in your mind, you reduce its power to devastate you in reality. When my best friend was considering moving overseas, instead of suppressing my fear, I embraced it. Every day, I'd imagine life without their presence. I pictured myself adapting, finding new friends, discovering new sources of joy. When they actually moved, I wasn't blindsided by grief. The loss still hurt, but I had mentally rehearsed it. I was prepared. This isn't about being morbid, it's about building resilience. When you stop expecting permanence, you stop feeling entitled to it. And when you stop feeling entitled to something, the fear of losing it diminishes. The real gift of negative visualization is inner stability. You develop an unshakable confidence that no matter what happens, you'll be okay. That's true emotional freedom. Rule 4. Focus only on what you control. This is perhaps the most crucial Stoic principle: distinguish between what's within your control and what isn't. You cannot control other people's feelings, behaviors, or decisions. You cannot make someone love you, appreciate you, or treat you well. You cannot control outcomes, circumstances, or other people's responses. What can you control? Your thoughts, your actions, and your responses to situations. I was once in a relationship where I constantly tried to influence how my partner felt about me. I planned perfect dates, sent thoughtful messages, and exhausted myself trying to prove my worth. But the harder I tried, the more distant they became. I was trying to control something impossible, another person's emotions. The anxiety was unbearable because I was chasing something beyond my influence. When I finally embraced emotional autonomy, the idea that my happiness wasn't dependent on their behavior, everything changed. I stopped waiting for their validation and started creating my own emotional equilibrium. Imagine you're in a friendship where you constantly feel sidelined. Your friend doesn't make time for you anymore. Their behavior is outside your control. But how you respond is entirely within your power. Do you want to spend energy chasing someone who doesn't value you? Or focus on relationships and activities that bring genuine fulfillment? When you shift attention to what you can control, you reclaim your power. You no longer need someone else's attention or approval to feel whole. Rule 5. Accept reality as it is. The final rule is perhaps the most profound: acceptance. Not passive resignation, but active acceptance of reality as it exists, not as you wish it would be. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate associates you." This means accepting that people are imperfect, unpredictable, and ultimately beyond your control. It means accepting that relationships change, that people leave, and that life rarely unfolds according to our plans. But here's the paradox: when you stop trying to force reality to match your expectations, you find peace. When you accept people as they are rather than who you want them to be, you can appreciate them authentically. I spent years trying to change people, fix relationships, and control outcomes. It was exhausting and ultimately futile. The moment I started accepting people and situations as they were, I found a profound sense of relief. This doesn't mean you tolerate mistreatment or stop having standards. It means you see clearly, respond wisely, and don't waste energy fighting unchangeable realities. Conclusion. These 5 Stoic rules aren't about becoming emotionally numb, they're about becoming emotionally intelligent. You can care deeply about people while maintaining your inner peace. You can love fully while accepting impermanence. Marcus Aurelius faced the same human struggles we do today. His wisdom survived because it works. When you embrace impermanence, master your thoughts, prepare for loss, focus on your control, and accept reality, you become emotionally unshakable. The person who once had power over your emotional state? They no longer define your inner world. You do. Remember, emotional detachment isn't about caring less, it's about suffering less while loving more authentically. If this resonated with you, like this video and share your own experiences in the comments. Your insights might help someone else break free from emotional suffering. Until next time, stay stoic.